Thanks for being here with us. The first question is about this meeting that is going to finish. Like, what's your feelings and a kind of introduction about what you said during these 2 days?
Well, I'm representing a charity, international charity, a pontifical charity, Aid to the Church in Need, and I'm in charge of 23 countries in the Middle East with the focus on Iraq and Syria. So it was obvious that I have to be here because the main reflection about the situation of the Christians in these two dramatic countries, Iraq and Syria, has been the major topic, and we were discussing how can we help these Christians? This is the cradle of Christianity. This is the beautiful history, the enormous contribution to the church and as well to the world. What can we do to help these Christians to survive, to stay in their own home countries? And this reflection was very important when we shared with the leaders of the church, like the cardinals, the congregations, but as well the ones who are on the field trying to help the Christians who are struggling, who are traumatized, who are persecuted, who are really in very dear need of help. And this was very successful, I must say. Sharing this common concern, sharing the burden, it's half burden. I believe that we have now much more clear picture. What can we do? What we shall do for the Christians? First of all, of course, to give them humanitarian help, because they've been reduced to the second-class citizenship. They are Iraqis for 2,000 years, and now they learned that they are not more Iraqis. They are pure Christians. It means second class, and they feel it badly. They feel sad because of that. Of course, they were developing the countries, contributing to the history of the country, to the economy. Now they are reduced to beggars. And this is a very painful experience for them. It is why they deserve and they need our humanitarian help, both in Syria and Iraq. We should not forget that 2 dreadful years in Iraq left 150,000 Christians homeless. 13,555 private houses had been destroyed, partially burned, and few thousand even completely destroyed. And these people, they wanted to go back home, where they belong. And it is why international bodies would like to help them to return. We are very much concerned about the situation of Christians in Iraq because we see what is happening. In 2003, there were 1,500,000 Christians in Iraq. Now, 350,000, optimistically saying, 400,000. And these people, they need help. This is the, as we call it in biblical terms, rest of Israel, from which new community will be once again growing up, and will once again the Christianity will flourish, because they are very much needed in this society which is so much divided. Christians were always playing a very important role, connecting two different groups. We are not forgetting that there is a mortal combat between different fanatical groups, both from Sunni and Shia, and the other minorities, among them Christians, become a victim. The Islamic State, Daesh, was a threat to the existence of Christians, but mentality still stays. The government and the army finished the presence of ISIS in Iraq. 30,000 jihadis are still in Syria and on the border with Iraq, but the mentality stays there, and we have to fight that the Christians will have the proper place in their home country as a full citizens, like Muslims, like Sunni, like Shia, like Shabaks, like Kurdish. They are the part of it, and very important part for us. In Syria, we have as well another situation maybe, but the people suffer so much for so many years, nearly 8 years of sufferings. We have 9 million people who are hungry, going hungry. The parents, they have problems to feed their own children. We have 3 million children out of the schools because 50% of the schools have been reduced to rubble or used by army or used by opposition, and the children have nowhere to go. They are heavily traumatized. And can you imagine the situation of the parents? They cannot feed the children, and the children cannot go to school. This is a lost generation. This is a painful question for me as a priest, as a missionary, as the one who is responsible for giving help over there. So our organization, Pontifical Organization Aid to the Church in Need, is giving scholarship for over 10,000 students in Syria. This is a sign of hope. They will study and they will be able to find job, and they will be able to rebuild their own country and feed the families as well. This is very important. But few thousand food baskets given every month to the family in Aleppo is another thing. We try to give some joy to the children, offering them summer camps where they can enjoy for the first time for 7 years. After 7 years, some of the children, for the first time, they left their quarters from Aleppo, going outside. They were never seeing outside Aleppo. Can you imagine what an adventure and what a relax, for them? This is a fresh breath which they deserve it. They had to have it in order to go back out of the trauma and back to the society. We are trying to help them as well to rebuild some houses. Most probably, many heard about the Crac de Chevalier, which is from the Middle Ages, very important place in Syria. And there is a small community over there. They were forced to leave. The church has been bombed, destroyed. The crosses has been cut down by the Al-Nusra people, by the jihadists, and the parish house was destroyed, parish hall where when the people were coming for meetings, and some hostels. We try to rebuild the whole society with the small shops, with the houses of 70 people, and with the church, with the presbytery, bring them back where they belong. I think this is very important role we have to play. Give them hope, and they deserve it, and they will take it, and they will pay it back with prayers and gratitude.
Thanks a lot, Father.
Thank you. Greetings and united in prayers. And if you can do anything for Christians in the Middle East, especially in Syria and Iraq, don't hesitate. Do it. They deserve it. They wait for you. They wait for your extended hand with love.
Thank you.
God bless. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot. It was great. Thanks. My pleasure.
Okay, welcome.